see a familiar place. Haunted by shadows. Shadows that spread across the lands, seeking to rule over all. In the darkened remains of my home.
Your home needs you now more than ever. Welcome back.
Hey, I'm Matt Fyror. I'm the game director on Elder Scrolls Online at ZeniMax Online Studios. You've just seen the worldwide premiere teaser trailer for the Elder Scrolls Online Sammерсет, the next chapter for the Elder Scrolls Online coming this June. We're going to share a lot more information about this chapter over the next few months, including some gameplay trailers and a full-length launch trailer. But before I go into Sammерсет, let me talk a little bit about ESO as it is today. 2017 was the best year ever for the game. With Morrowind, Clockwork City, all the other DLCs we released, we couldn't be happier with where the game is right now. And as you can see from the announcement of Sammерсет, we have no plans of slowing down. With the release of Sammерсет, players journey to the home of the Altmer, the High Elves, for the first time since Elder Scrolls Arena back in 1994. The Second Era is a great time to explore Sammерсет. Queen Ayrenn has opened the borders to outsiders for the first time in the island's history. But open borders cause trouble, and Razumdar, the loyal eyes of Queen Ayrenn, once again needs your help to investigate some seemingly random events and uncover the sinister threats behind them. There's mystery, intrigue, and a deadly plot hatched by supernatural forces that must be solved in order to save the High Elves. Sammерсет Isle is visually stunning. It's the oldest continuous civilization in Tamriel, and one that hasn't been shown for decades in an Elder Scrolls game. Our team has created a deep, detailed, rich world for you to explore. It's really amazing. Today, we're going to go over a lot of in-depth information about Sammерсет and what it brings to the world of Elder Scrolls Online. And stick around, because at the end of the show, we'll premiere the first gameplay trailer as well. But none of this would be possible without you, the best and most awesome community in online gaming. Thank you so much. We wouldn't be here without you. Looking forward to seeing everyone in Sammерсет.
Ну что ж,
thank you to Matt there. Kelly Link,
выйдет он в
joined by
июне,
Rich Lambert from ZeniMax Online Studios. So we're going to Sammерсет Islands, but I got to see you here a year ago, the last time we talked. We went to Morrowind, we got to see Vvardenfell and all that. What's been going on with the Elder Scrolls Online for the last year?
Well, as you just saw, last year was one of the best years we've ever had. We're committed to that quarterly updates. We continue to improve and build upon the game. We released Homestead, which was the new housing addition to the game. We had, obviously, Morrowind, which was exceptionally well received by players. It was that nostalgic return back to the original Test 3 game that, for most people was their start in Elder Scrolls. We also had the Horns of the Reach, the Dungeon DLC, and then we finished the year last year with Clockwork City, which was the next step in the Daedric War storyline that we've been telling over the last few updates.
That's right, and that story that we're going to be hearing more about. But now we're here at the new Sammерсет Isles.
We are.
Why Sammерсет?
Sammерсет affords us the opportunity to change kind of the narrative a little bit in Elder Scrolls. It is a lot more high fantasy, more high magic. This is the home of the High Elves.
Right. Rumored to be the birthplace of magic.
Absolutely, right. And so it's this old ancient land that was, first settled by the ancient elves way back, ages past. And so over the ages, the elven culture has been able to mold and shape the island in their own image.
Right, and the juxtaposition going from Morrowind, which is, the giant volcano, a bit more bleak and everything, and the changes to Sammерсет. Can you talk a little bit about that?
Sure. So it's like I said, it's a lot more high magic. It's a little bit brighter. It's more cultivated. The architecture is this soaringly tall, almost impossibly tall architecture, where you really get an amazing sense of just how skilled and talented the Altmer are in crafting the things that they care about.
Right. It's their world is so manicured.
Yes.
Everything seems like it was placed there on purpose.
Yep, and that's the ultimate culture, right? They are definitely they follow the rules. They think their culture is, and the way they do things are the way everything should be done.
Right. Well, you guys said 2017 was your best year, and all the players coming from the original game and Morrowind and all these chapters that you're adding. How do they jump into this? How do they jump into Sammерсет?
So, sure. So this is a chapter, and we're a little bit different than other games. And chapters aren't just for veteran players. We have a new player experience as well for this, so anybody can get in and play the game. And with Sammерсет, we have a brand new tutorial that gets you into the story right away and makes you feel like you're instantly a part of the story and understand what's going on. Mm-hmm. And as you're kind of progressing through, you get a sense of the scale and majesty of the world. Mm-hmm. And then as an existing player, you can just take your character and go in and continue the story that you've already started, learning over the course
Okay,
of
so the same situation for Morrowind.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, great. So this is good for new or old players alike.
Yep.
And let's talk a little bit more about the history of Sammерсет. Like you're saying, it's the old High Elves and the Aldmer leading into the Altmer. They have such a rich history. Is that a little difficult getting into?
Yes. Elder Scrolls was first released in 1994, so that's what, 20 some odd years?
Elder Scrolls Arena?
Elder Scrolls Arena.
Right.
Was 1994. So yeah, there's all kinds of lore over the years, and you really have to go digging to figure out what's true or not, because that's part of the magic of the lore is there's multiple accounts of things, and everybody kind of tells their own side of it.
Right.
And somewhere in the middle is the truth, and that's what we have to kind of dig up.
I mean, not just that, but between the games of Skyrim and Elder Scrolls Arena and Morrowind, you have like 1,000 years of story that you have to fix it all into. There's just a lot of rich history here, and I believe we have a video talking a little bit more about Sammерсет Isles. Let's check that out.
The Sammерсет Isles were the first part of Tamriel that were settled by the ancient elves from the legendary land of Old Aldmeris. The elves that settled on Sammерсет then diverged and went off into the continent of Tamriel to become the Wood Elves and the Dark Elves and so forth. But the ones who stayed behind and revered and cherished their ancient culture became the Altmer, the High Elves, the elves that we see today in Sammерсет, the royal city of Alinor, and the island of Artaeum.
The High Elves are very controversial people. They're xenophobic, they're pompous and pretentious and condescending. They are very much rule followers. They do the norm, they do whatever their ancestors did, and they do it happily. That's why they're so protective of it. This is their foothold into Tamriel, the very first mark of their culture.
The Altmer do have a certain way of living, and that promotes beauty and harmony, and I think that really shows as you explore the island.
The elves really don't feel like they're part of Tamriel. They feel like they want to ascend to be with the Aedra, which is where they feel like their birthright places them. So aesthetically, we wanted to show that. We wanted to show, the stratification of elven civilization, because they've existed here for so long, and it's been kind of this unbroken line of historic continuity.
That's such a beautiful land there, and you were talking about the tall city and everything. Mm-hmm. Tell me a little bit about the places that you can explore in Sammерсет Isles.
So on Sammерсет, we kind of run the gambit of all the different things you can do. There is the House of Reveries, which is the most important acting troupe on the island. And you wouldn't really think the Altmer do that kind of stuff, but that's part of their culture. Whatever they put their minds to, they want to be the best at it.
Right.
You get to explore the city of Alinor, which is the capital city. That's, in that video you got to see the really tall, sprawling architecture. You get to wander around and you get to explore Artaeum, the island of Artaeum as well.
Right, Artaeum, that's where the Stygic Order is, right?
It is.
But the Stygic Order is kind of a confusing thing. They've been hidden in the past, and I think you kind of heard about them in Skyrim a little bit.
A little bit, yeah. They're definitely reclusive. They are in the other Elder Scrolls games, and they essentially think of themselves as the founders of magic, of mortal magic, I guess. They're the precursors to the Mages Guild, and really they're mostly concerned about studying magic and bending it and trying to figure out exactly how the world works.
Right, and you said that we get to go to their island.
We do, we get to go to their island. You know, hundreds of years before our time period, all of the Psijic monks were recalled back to Artaeum, and the island just disappeared. We don't know where they went, we don't know why they disappeared, but they're gone. And you get to go to the island to meet them and learn a bit about them.
And I think we actually have another video for us to learn a little bit more about the Psijic Order. Let's check it out.
Artaeum is the island that vanished. It's also the home of the Psijic Order.
The Psijic Order are a reclusive society of monastic mages who keep themselves away from the hurly-burly and conflict of the mortal world, preferring to study the esoteric origins of magic and mysticism.
Their knowledge and understanding of magic goes much further back in time than that of the magic practiced by the Mages Guild.
They have some of the most powerful magic in Tamriel, and they're all about bending the natural magic of the world rather than creating their own.
They want to make Tamriel a better place, more about balance and learning and less about showy power.
Unlike the Mages Guild, the Psijics do not play a part in everyday life of the people of Tamriel. They're very reclusive. Your average person in Tamriel would probably never even see a Psijic monk.
Now, during the First Era, some of the Psijic monks left the island and offered themselves to serve as advisors to mortal rulers across Tamriel. But a few hundred years back, all of the Psijic monks were called back to the island of Artaeum. And then the island of Artaeum itself, taking all its Psijics with it, just simply vanished. Went someplace, nobody knows where, nobody knows how, and there's been nobody to ask about it until now.
So the Psijic Order, where are they? Why are they there?
We don't know.
We don't know. But tell me a little bit more about the Psijic Order. It's not just a part of a quest.
It's not. So the Psijic Order plays a really important role in the main story of Sammерсет. Because they are so important to the lore, what we wanted to do was really allow players to explore and really learn as much as they could about the Order. You actually, for the first time ever in Elder Scrolls, get to join the Psijic Order.
Ooh.
Yeah, and when you do, they will actually teach you a new combat-oriented skill line.
Oh, nice. So can anyone join the Psijic Order?
Anybody can join the Psijic Order.
Ooh.
And the beauty of that is it allows you to take the character that you are in love with, the one that you've spent all your time and effort building up, and then you can just use the Psijic Order skills with that so that you're not starting over.
Do you mind talking about that skill line a little bit?
Sure. So it's 5 active abilities. There's 5 passive abilities and an ultimate, and we have morphs for those as well. So it's like your traditional kind of skill line, but these skills are all themed around the Psijic Order themselves,
right,
who are masters of mysticism and time. So they give you new ways of doing damage, new ways of regenerating resources, and actually even manipulating time.
Ooh, oh, manipulating time?
You do. You get to manipulate some time.
Can I ask how, or is that something that we want the players to kind of like get into and learn themselves?
I'll give an example of one of them. So one of my favorite abilities in the skill line is, well, right now it's called Undo. It will probably get a fiction pass at some point in the near future, but this skill works like it sounds. It rewinds time back 4 seconds ago.
Oh, that's so cool.
And so what it does is it takes your health, your stamina, and your magicka, and the location you were 4 seconds ago, and rewinds you back to that location. And it's got this really cool kind of animation that goes through, so it feels like you're playing with time.
That's interesting.
It's awesome. It's a little bit frightening because our players are really good at, you know, doing unexpected things. So we're gonna watch this, but we're really excited about this ability and the skill line in general.
And do they have to go to Artaeum to get into that skill line?
They do. You have to go to Artaeum, which you will work your way through there as part of the main storyline. and then you will have to do, the way you kind of level this skill line up is by doing a number of different types of quests for the Psijic Order. Okay. So not only are you working with them in the main story, but there's also a little bit of a side story that kind of tells you why they're back and teaches you, or you help them as well.
Awesome. And I just want to remind everyone in chat right now that we're talking about the next chapter, The Elder Scrolls Online, Sammерсет Isles. And if you want to read more information about it, you can go to theelderscrollsonline.com.
Yep.
Great, for more information, because they're going to be releasing a few articles about the fine details of this new patch.
Yeah, there's loads of information to try and digest on this, and we can't put it all in the short announce. So yeah, there'll be lots of articles. We'll talk a lot more about this stuff.
It's great. I mean, the players have been sort of expecting this. I think Sotha Sil at the in Clockwork mentions the Psijic Order.
He does.
So it's been sort of alluded to from a year ago.
Yep. Yeah, we weren't very subtle. I think some people will say Sammерсет is kind of the worst kept secret, which is fine. I mean, we're really excited about it.
Yeah, it builds anticipation, and I think the fans are excited as well. Let's do a quick recap before we go over all of the collector's editions of what can they expect with Sammерсет Isle.
So Sammерсет is a new zone, which is the main island of Sammерсет. It's also Artaeum. Together, there's more explorable space than Morrowind.
Wow.
So this is bigger than Morrowind was.
The zone.
The zone. When you put everything together, there's 30+ hours of new just quest content in there. We have a brand new 12-player trial. It's called Cloud Rest. And Cloud Rest is the home of the Welkinar, who are the ancient defenders of Sammерсет.
Oh.
And they are a group of Griffin riders, which is really, really cool. And the premise here behind the trial is the Welkinar have gone silent. They've kind of disappeared and nobody knows why. And so you get called in to kind of go in and try and figure out what's going on with that. In addition, and I can't believe I forgot to talk about this up to this point, we've added jewelry crafting.
Oh, okay. Well, let's talk a little bit about jewelry crafting.
So jewelry crafting works like the other kind of durable crafting skill lines. So like blacksmithing, like woodworking, in that there's a number of passive abilities that make your jewel crafting better. But at its core, what jewelry crafting does is allows you to craft and upgrade jewelry. Players have been asking for this basically since the launch of the game, because it adds so much more flexibility to how you kit out your character.
Okay.
It allows you to make crafted jewelry now. So for those of you that, really want that, Hunting's Rage jewelry to kind of, because you have another set that, you don't have jewelry in, you can do that. You can mix and match now. And while we were adding to the, the jewelry crafting system, we wanted to make jewelry more robust. Right now in the base game, there's really only 3 different traits that can go on jewelry. So it's a healthy, a robust, and an arcane, so health, stamina, magicka. So they kind of feel like stat sticks. And we've fleshed out more of those, and we've added 6 new traits.
Ooh, any passive traits?
No, they're built into the jewelry itself. So as an example, one of the new traits is called Bloodthirsty. And what that does is, as your target gets low on health, you start to do more damage to the target. So it's kind of this interesting trade-off of, do I take more damage in, say, like an execute type phase, or do I go with the extra stats? And so that's the goal of really adding more to this jewelry crafting system, is to give players a little bit more opportunity to tune and tweak things.
Well, that's such a cool thing about Elder Scrolls Online, is that it's not just, here's like, the 3 trees you can do. You can build your character however you want.
Anyway.
Yeah.
If you want to be that, fireball, wielding mage in, that traditional mage, you can do that. But if you want to wear heavy armor and do something else, you can do that as well. It's really up to you how you play your character.
Rich, thank you so much for showing us everything of the newest chapter of Sammерсет. But let's talk a little bit about release date and what's going to be coming out and what people can buy.
Yeah, I guess everybody's excited about a release date.
Yeah.
So we're targeting a global launch on all platforms of June 5th.
PC, Mac, Xbox One, and PlayStation 4, June 5th.
Yes. There will be an early access period for PC starting May 21st.
Ooh.
So very, very soon.
Yeah, 2 months away.
We will also obviously have a PTS cycle for the public test server to get it into testing. Right now we're targeting April-ish. So again, right around the corner, we have a ton of stuff to do here.
Oh, speaking of right around the corner, you guys have a free play period.
We do. It's actually starting now.
Yeah, right around the corner.
Right now, we have a free-to-play event going on all platforms. So it really is a great time to get in and start playing the game.
Yeah, if you guys are watching right now, for those of you that aren't the fans that have been here for a long time, and if you maybe want to check out ESO, it's free right now. Go check it out at theelderscrollsonline.com. So, Collector's Edition. Existing players can upgrade, and new players can pick up the chapter bundled with the base game as well.
Yep.
So the Collector's Edition, or the Digital Collector's Edition is available for $59.99. You get the Blood Shadow Wraith Steed,
which is really, really cool.
Oh, the fledgling Griffin pet. Yep. You were just talking about the Griffin Riders.
It's a really, really cute little Griffin pet. It's awesome, yeah.
And then a Divine Prosecution outfit. Uses new transmog system.
It fits in with the outfit system that we released this year, so in Update 17, which is basically the custom costume creator for players that's based around motifs. So
you were talking about customization. People love it.
They do, and it has been a really successful start to the year with that, and so we figured we'd add that in.
I think I spend more time in character creation in most MMOs than the base game.
It's fun.
It is.
It's fun playing dress up sometimes.
A little bit, yeah. They get the emote pack, House of Reveries.
Yep, there's a series of emotes that players will love. The House of Reveries is definitely an acting troupe, and so I think they'll dig on these emotes.
The Memento Sigic Scrying Talisman.
Yeah, and that is really cool. It's basically allows you to summon your own Sigic portal. So you do this really cool kind of animation and a portal fits inside of it.
And does it only go to Artaeum, or does it go to a location that you set up?
It's just a cosmetic thing. So
okay.
It looks really, really cool, yeah.
And then this is for the Collector's Edition.
For the digital.
No, that was for digital.
Yep.
Now we're talking about non-digital.
Okay.
For $99.99, you can get this beautiful statue right here.
Yeah, this is Mafala, who's a Daedric prince. She plays a role in the main story. I think she turned out unbelievably awesome. In addition to the physical stuff, we have a Sammерсет map.
In-game?
In-game. There's a physical map that you get.
What?
Yep, it's awesome. And then there's a really nice steelbook, and probably my favorite is Razumdar's journal.
And what's inside that journal?
So it's an art book, basically, but it has the musings of Razumdar in it, and also contains his report to the Proxy Queen. And the Proxy Queen is in place on Sammерсет right now, and ruling there, taking orders from Queen Aren, because Queen Aren is off on the mainland of Tamriel, dealing with the Three Banners War. She's leading the Eldmeri Dominion in the war, so there's a Proxy Queen in her stead.
The statue on set that we're seeing right here, like we already saw, and then I guess that's it. And all the digital collector's
All the digital
edition.
stuff comes with it as well, yep.
Nice, all the digital stuff. So there it is, your collector's edition for $99.99. And if you pre-purchase, you get the Nightmare Cinch.
Yeah, so that's another big thing that we're trying to do this year around is with the release of Sammерсет, we have a pre-purchase incentive where you will get a mount right away for purchasing it, and you also get a bonus copy of Morrowind. So you can just get in and play right away as a new player, and you also get something really cool right away.
Nice, and I actually want to correct myself. It's $89.99 for this.
$89, right. Oh, for the physical, yes.
Yes.
That's right.
Nice. The Pocket Salamander pet.
Yep, he's a cute little salamander.
So you get the Griffin and you get the Salamander?
Yep, for the pre-purchase stuff.
The Court of Bedlam costume. The treasure maps, ooh.
Yeah, the treasure maps, it's something that we do with a lot of our new content they're basically maps that players can go to wander around and find buried treasure.
It's like geocaching.
Sure, yeah.
Yeah, all right. That's pretty cool. Sigic Order Crown Crate. What can they expect in there?
All kinds of really cool new loot. There's epic mounts, there's various consumables and other cosmetic things.
Great. And what else? What am I missing? Have I missed anything? I read a big list. I think I hit it all.
I think we covered the big bits. The gameplay trailer. We have a gameplay trailer now.
We do. Like they said at the start of the show, everyone to stay tuned because we're going to be showing the first ever gameplay trailer of Sammерсет. Rich, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
Everyone, if you are looking forward to this game, go to theelderscrollsonline.com right now. Check it out. And they are doing starting right now, it is a free trial period.
Yep. Free-to-play weekend.
Until the weekend?
Yeah, until I think it's Monday.
Awesome.
And yeah, all the pre-purchase stuff should be up now. So if you're curious about how to get into Sammерсет, definitely go to elderscrollsonline.com and check it out.
Thank you again, and thank you all for joining us. But it's time now. Let's check out that trailer.
This video.
For centuries, the secrets of this enchanted and legendary isle have been locked away. Its beauties hidden from foreign eyes. By decree of Irene, Queen of the High Elves, the borders have been opened. Now destiny takes you to Sammерсет Isle. Only you can find the path that will lead us from darkness.
Ну что, у кого какие мысли? Что, Лулу, вы там закончили? К вам можно присоединиться? Вы там наверняка обсуждаете его все.
Ювелирки 6 новых трейдов.
И таки дратуйте.
Привет. Коршун написал бесплатные выходные на этой неделе. Трейтов, один из трейтов увеличит дамаг на экзекуте, и убежи будет 9 трейтов.
Ну да, они сказали добавят 6 еще. Действительно, он сказал про один только трейд дополнительный, тот, который, возможно, будет на экзекут. А еще он так упомянул, что скорее всего будет трейд, который будет увеличивать твои статы каким-то образом. То есть это
Если
либо...
это обычный трейд из стамина, хп мана.
Ну, может быть, они сделают еще
Нет,
как-то.
он сказал, что ты можешь выбрать либо статы, либо вот что-то еще. Вот эти что-то еще, это 6 новых трейдов.
Это вот набежи.
Да, это набежи.
Хорошо, жопа взорвется, блять, когда...
Да, балансу все сразу.
Да. Ой, реаниматор будет орать, пиздец. Я, наверное, стримить буду. Стримить, как он орёт, блядь. Буги, это ты вот на видеокарту долго собираешь. Поверь мне, мой стрим, блядь, с реаниматором, знаешь, как взорвет нахуй сраку, блядь, всем, кто будет смотреть его. Он так орёт, пиздец. Ты, блядь, вы просто не слышали. Вот Фикус слышал, у нас в канале сидел. Блядь. Не рвется на весь дом, блядь.
Ой, а еще кто предзакажет предзаказ, получит тут же доступ к Муравинду. В качестве бонуса.
Да пошли они нахуй, пидоры. У меня уже есть Муравинд. Что делать?
Вот, кстати.
Можно отменить доступ к Муравинду и сделать, типа, смотри, у тебя снова.
Нет, там не совсем так. Там будут как бы коллекции для тех, у кого уже есть, соответственно, это все. Там, видимо, один ценник.
Прямо сейчас читаю. For a limited time only, digital pre-purchases will also immediately receive full access to the Morrowind chapter as a bonus. Могу ссылочку кинуть.
Ну, понятно, они завлекают пока народ до лета, так сказать.
Да, это вот только предзаказ. То есть вот единственный раз, типа, вот в качестве предзаказа. Когда предзаказ закончится, эта халява кончится. Покупайте.
Не, ну это хорошая акция, на самом деле, да.
Не, ну да.
Пригласи друга, что называется.
Ну, типа того.
И он получает 2 экспаншена, считай, сразу.
Ну да. Ну, во всех нормальных играх, правда, экспаншены резко падают в цене после выхода. Интересно, здесь так случится или нет?
Не исключено, что он просто вообще там в базовую войдет.
Вар-машина что дает? Майнор Берсерк? Проготен.
Да,
мажор, по-моему.
Мажор Слеер.
Мажор Слеер.
Короче, что-то меня не впечатлило этот супер анонс. Вообще ничем. Вообще никак. Еще он по это самое. Они зацепят. Сколько багов-то будет новых? Товарищ описал обилку псиджиков, которая типа будет помогать путешествовать назад в пространстве. Я не считаю, что это путешествие назад во времени, потому что все в текущем времени остаются. Но ты прыгаешь на то место, где был 4 секунды назад с теми же статами и бафами.
Блять, это Void. Void из Доты. Глаза. Я, блядь, сейчас в окно выпрыгну. Не говори больше, нихуя мне.
Ну, это...
Скорее трейсерка.
Вообще, с учетом именно цифры в 4 секунды, меня угорнуло, потому что это 1 в 1 эко из лола.
Ну, блядь, это Void, короче, Дота. Ебать, ребята играют в Доту.
Где они это слямзили?
Да.
Там длинная цепочка будет.
Да, игр много с подобными обилками.
Похоже, херня. Суть в том, что я представляю, как будет весело в плане багов.
Да, еще там же помимо этой обилки будет еще 4 активных, плюс ульта и 5 пассивок.
Ну, это, кстати, может быть ульта, я хер знает. Он же не сказал. Он сказал, это просто моя любимая обилка в этой ветке.
Ну да, он не уточнил. Но в любом случае все равно еще будет 5 активных.
Да, ну да. Вот.
Ну, новый триальчик на 12 человек.
Коллапс будет.
Больше багов. Я все ждал анонса, я Фарготену написал, когда же они объявят этот самый баг-крафтинг систем. Они не объявили баг-крафтинг систем. Сами справляются.
Они тестируют.
Народ полез у них на сайт, видимо, смотреть все эти анонсы, все приордеры.
Сайт очень херовый.
Да, и повесили все им нахрен.
Сайт подвис.
Так, с 21 по 27 бесплатно можно поиграть.
Но это, я так понимаю, вот сейчас, с сегодняшнего дня?
Да, до 20, ну то есть неделю.
Короче, бесплатная неделя на ПТС, что ли?
Да, везде сейчас бесплатная неделя.
А бесплатная неделя с чем?
ПТС, ну вообще вот сейчас в игре, вот сейчас.
Там какой этот набор? А вот то, что сейчас есть текущий, короче, просто.
Ну да, вот сейчас на Ливе ты бесплатно, типа. Но это опять завлекалка для тех, кто, может, посмотрит эту хрень, типа, играет и купит дальше. Вот. А еще он сказал, что, о боже мой, зона больше, чем Morrowind. Прям охренеть, прям встал, да?
Да, да, достижение прям.
Сделают квестовку все, блядь, и будет как Morrowind пустая, блядь.
Да, там делать больше нехера будет, я чувствую. Именно. Потому что кроме, ну, квестики, да, триал там даже... То есть они там в Моровинде в том же, там и БГ эти заанонсили, и класс новый, а тут халтура, вот серьезно. Я говорю, я даже не впечатлился вообще ни разу. Как просто DLC с новой веткой скиллов.
Ну, еще
да,
плюс бижутерия.
Ну, джевел крафтинг это такой, знаешь, я не знаю, как сказать. Его же все будут крафтить. Это же для этого же не надо экспаншн покупать. Ну, по крайней мере, такого вроде не прозвучало, что... Ну, я не знаю, может быть, это надо обязательно, хуй знает. Но, с другой стороны, нет. Если надо обязательно, тогда возникает вопрос, как они это будут технически реализовывать, потому что он тут же сказал, что типа вы можете пойти в кузню там Хандинг Рейдж, а зафигачить себе кольца там Хандинг Рейдж. Но это же не значит, что они все эти кузни распихают по этому сраному острову, которые существуют. Вряд ли. Значит, скорее всего, всем будет доступно. Хотя, может, хер знает, просто это не прозвучало.
Это будет отдельный стол?
Так понял, что да, он сказал, что типа как обычный, там будет своя ветка пассивок, ну прям, короче, как обычная ветка крафта.
То есть, по идее, этот стол просто тупо должен стоять в том месте, где стоит тот же Сент Хаднинг Рейдж.
Да,
просто
да,
они добавят вот эту вот станцию.
Да. Сильный камень еще какой-нибудь туда запилят и все. Будешь гранить камешки. Плечки. Говно, короче. О чем это я, да?
Да ладно, все будет нормально. У меня просто жопа взорвется на выходе и все. А потом ее зашивать будут, блядь, несколько месяцев. Все нормально. Так же, как во время Morrowind. Ничего нового.
Мне еще понравилось, как они сказали, что прошлый год был лучшим годом вообще в истории игры, что вообще просто охренительный, что Morrowind все прямо в него втюрились, в общем, влюбились и вообще...
Кто-то много профессиональных игроков. Кто-то много игроков просто взяло и ливнуло нахуй после Morrowind, причем топовых, и которые не вернулись.
Им наплевать на этих единичных игроков. Главное, что куча новых пришло, купила и все. И они смогли сказать, что у них там 10 миллионов этих.
Ну вот апгрейдик будет стоить так же, как Морос.
Да, 2,5 тысячи.
Не-не-не, самый простой апгрейд Digital 1400.
Ну вот, 1400 простой и коллектор 2,5. Я уж посмотрел. Еще во время трансляции, до того, как все ломанулись на сайт.
Так а скидки будут, блядь?
Да все, хуй для тебя.
Скидок никаких не будет.
В следующем году, вот следующий, когда выйдет, такую же сделают подарок.
Или да. Но тогда ты же не сможешь путешествовать во времени.
Да.
Вернее, не во времени, а в пространстве. Я все-таки буду упорно называть этот скилл путешествие в пространстве. Ой.
В общем, на самом деле оно того, как бы, такой презентации, по-моему, не стоило. Ну,
так
реально.
вот, блин, да, они там...
Столько шуму было, на самом деле, вот как текст до этой презентации, да, там на 3,5 предложения, и видео, что вот они тут презентовали-то? Они опоздали на 5 минут, и вот закончили. То есть 25 минут, грубо говоря, они рассказывали про новую. Ну, молодцы, чё.
Ну, у них, сам знаешь, как бы сельская самодеятельность в плане этих всех их ивентов.
Не, ну могли бы показать не просто трейлер там, а побегать кем-нибудь, показать ту же самую крафтильню. Ну, понятно, он сказал, что да, в течение 2 месяцев они еще будут выкидывать подобные вещи.
Да не то, что в течение 2 месяцев, ПТС в апреле. В начале, что ли, он сказал? Но он сказал, вернее, April-ish, то есть, типа, ну короче, где-то в апреле, но, в общем.
Ну да, где-то рядышком.
Середина апреля, наверное, если 21-го будет, типа, ранний доступ. Для ПК. Следующий трейлер ты получишь за 30 баксов.
Ну, на самом деле так и будет, потому что по большому счету, а что он сказал? Он же сказал, что будет только триал, то есть никаких данжей не будет. То есть данжи мы ждем, соответственно, в каких-то новых.
Нет, данжи у них же все, план определен. Данжи у них DLC.
Ну вот, да, я о чем и говорю. То есть мы сейчас покупаем вот эту шляпу, а потом нам еще будут впаривать данжи. Ну, как обычно, то есть уже отработанная схема по отжиму бабла.
Они еще в Боровинде объявили, что они будут теперь делать каждый год экспаншн, пара простеньких DLC типа данженов, ну или каких-то там еще, либо данжены, либо что-то вот еще по мелочи, и один более-менее проработанный DLC с новой зоной. Все, квест. В прошлом году, ну в этом году они прекрасно выдержали эту схему. Моровинд, потом 2 данжа, Clockwork City, еще 2 данжа. Сейчас вот Саммерсет, 2 данжа, какая-нибудь хуйня, и может быть еще 2 данжа, а может еще какая-нибудь хуйня. Все, машина пошла работать. За 30 часов квестиков будешь отдавать бабло. Или нет, давайте.
Блять, Фрост ушел еще или нет?
Еще?
Че?
Ну, хули у меня на World Rail только 85% аптайм комбат прейра, где 100?
У меня 90 с лишним. Значит, ты, может, выходил куда-нибудь? Или когда разделяли...
В туалет отходил, блядь.
Когда разделяетесь надо, тогда, может, там на кого-то не попадает.
Бать, у меня на World Rail просто World Rail, блядь, и у меня нету вообще мажор слэйера. Где был Лулу?
Точнее, на кого повесился мажор слэйер, кроме тебя? Ты это хотел спросить. Что тебе так не повезло? Уже на 2 вешается дополнительно людей, да?